of the Board of Trustees of the Austin Independent School District for Monday, August 9th, 2021 at 5:05 p.m. A quorum of the board, along with a limited number of our staff members, are physically present at AISD Central Office to conduct this meeting. In addition, we have a majority of our staff joining us by video. We are following necessary health protocols to ensure the safety of those who are here in person, but please keep in mind we are continuing to comply with local health orders and CDC guidance, and so we're not yet able to open our meetings to in-person attendance by our full staff and community. We will continue to use the virtual platform until it is safe to do otherwise. This meeting is streaming live on AISD.TV and Apple TV. It is also being broadcast on cable channel 22 through Spectrum, Grande, and Google Fiber TV, and on channel 99 through AT&T UVerse. Closed captioning in English is available on these platforms for the hearing impaired. And to our audience tuning in remotely, welcome and thank you for joining us. We will move to the approval of the agenda. Secretary Singh, do you have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having a motion by Secretary Singh and a second by Trustee Anderson to approve the agenda, all those in favor, please raise your right hand. And the motion passes by all those on the dais.
Excuse me, President. How can we
Yes.
get Trustee Foster's votes?
Oh, Trustee Foster? Well, the motion passed by all the those on the dais. So, Secretary Singh, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the pledge to the Texas flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Next is an opportunity for the public to share comments with the board. This time allows speakers to comment publicly on any topic of their choosing. We have time for up to 60 speakers. As a reminder, the district continues to provide time during the regular voting meetings of the board to hear from the public about agenda items for consideration and vote. This is an opportunity for the board to take part in active listening. And while we wish we could respond or provide feedback, we're required to limit our questions to requests for clarification or follow-up directly to the administration. In order to accommodate our video conference format, members of the public wishing to participate in the public comment portion of our meeting called a dedicated AISD phone line in advance of the meeting and audio recorded their remarks. We want to remind the public that this is just one way to allow you to share your thoughts and feedback with the board. The community can also email the board and superintendent by sending a message to trustees@austinisd.org. We will now play those recordings, so please listen carefully.
Hi, my name is Charlie Clark, and I am calling about COVID-19 safety protocols. I am an Austin resident and the parent of a third-grade student enrolled in AISD. I support strong action on school safety, including instituting a mask mandate and other protections at all AISD locations. So I urge the Board of Trustees to vote in favor of the mask mandate. Thank you.
My name is Lana Hansen. I'm calling in regards to Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. Enhanced safety protocols are what mitigated the spread of the virus in our schools last year. We all want our children to return to the classroom, but it has to be done strategically by following CDC and AAP guidelines. This is the only way to provide and ensure the safest environment possible. We are dealing with a different beast this year. This virus is different. Pediatric ICU beds are filling up across Texas, and our community is in stage 5. I ask you, please call for a vote for enhanced safety precautions, including a mask mandate. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Melanie Altman. I'm calling about Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I've been a room parent and in the PTA since my son was in kinder, so I care about all these kids. I kept my son virtual for third grade at Davis last year to protect him, his classmates, teachers, and families. I would like for him to return in person, but can only feel comfortable doing so if all others around him also have a mask on. Please mandate masks for all at our schools. You have my full support, and I will be beside you all through this. I hope our board will have the courage to stand up for our kids. My son can't yet be protected by a vaccine, only by him wearing a mask and all others wearing one too. We see daily how strong and evil this Delta variant is. If we can save one life by wearing masks in the school, it is worth it.
This is Caden. Please have masks to protect everybody at my school.
Susanna Anderson, item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I am an AISD parent to 2 Davis Elementary children, ages 6 and 5. My 6-year-old board-certified pediatrician has diagnosed him as high risk for severe illness and hospitalization if he contracts COVID. I ask you to please mandate masks and other safety protocols to protect our children and teachers, as this would be the only layer of protection for my son and other high-risk individuals. If you mandate masks for this upcoming school year, I will support the AISD board and vow to volunteer for teachers and schools. The medical evidence overwhelmingly demonstrates the effectiveness of masks, and our youngest students aren't eligible for the vaccine yet. Please don't allow our most vulnerable children to be the petri dish of this incessantly mutating virus. Protect the teachers and children and allow my high-risk son to get the education he deserves while being guarded as much as possible from this virus.
My name is Melanie Altman, and my son is an incoming second grader at Bear Creek Elementary. I'm calling regarding agenda item number 6. Last year, we were so impressed with the COVID safety protocols that AISD implemented to keep kids safe and healthy. By mandating masks, among other common sense precautions, you prevented classroom spread. Thank you so much for these efforts. Unfortunately, the pandemic is far from over. In fact, Austin may be seeing the worst of it right now. We have no choice but to maintain COVID safety protocols into this next school year. We are asking that you please hold a vote to defy Governor Abbott's executive order and require the use of masks on all AISD campuses when school starts next week. I know that an action such as this does not come without careful deliberation. Please be assured that we have your back. We support our AISD trustees and trust that you will do what is right to protect our kids. Thank you.
My name is Courtney Perry. I live in Representative Rodriguez's district. I'm a former Austin ISD teacher and parent. Executive order. Our local community has the right to enforce safety measures. This board has the most local power to take action to keep Austin ISD students and staff as safe as possible. I'm calling to express my support for any and all enhanced safety protocols you can take action on this week, including but not limited to a mask mandate. I realize a mask mandate could have a range of consequences. The Austin community supports this board in prioritizing safety in schools because safer schools equals safer communities. While Austin is making news, let's show that we will do all we can to keep Austin ISD safe. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for your continued service to our community.
Hello, my name is Danielle Cannon. I am a parent at Dallas Elementary. I'm calling regarding the COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm calling to let you know that I support the school safety, including mask mandates and avoiding large gatherings at school events. I am committed to support the Board of Trustees if they stand up for these issues. Thank you.
This is Chris Ware, father of a third grader at Kiker Elementary, calling regarding agenda item number 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I request immediate action for a safe reopening, including mandatory mask wearing of all children and staff members to ensure that our children remain safe as possible while in school. I support the board's efforts to allow us to make local decisions about how to keep as many children as safe as possible. A vocal minority should not have the right to endanger responsible families.
This is
Leah Smith. I'm a parent of a first grader at Riley Elementary. This is regarding item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. Masks are recommended by the APA and the CDC. Masks worked last year to keep kids safe in school, and they should be mandated until children under 12 have access to vaccines and the pandemic is under control. We are at stage 5 with hospitals in crisis. We should not be sending kids to school without masks. I am committed to standing with AISD for the safety of our kids.
Hello, my name is Christy Lipman, and I am a parent of 2 children at AISD. I am calling regarding item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I urge you to put in place a mask mandate to keep all of the students and staff safe. In particular, I urge you to take this action to protect our children under 12 who have not had the option to be vaccinated yet. The parents of AISD are committed to supporting the board members if they will take a stand in support of our children. As a recent cancer survivor and parent of special needs children, I hope you will do the right thing to protect us all. Thank you.
My name is Jessica Moore, and I'm calling today regarding Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I am a parent with 3 children enrolled at Dallas Elementary. With what we know about the Delta variant and how contagious it is, and with very clear guidance from the CDC and even our own local Austin Public Health, I ask that you give strong consideration to implementing a mask mandate for AISD students this year. None of the elementary school children in the district, including mine, are old enough to receive the COVID vaccine yet, so we must do what we know works to keep them safe. We know masks work. There's strong science to support it. There's also research to show that masks can only be at their maximum effectiveness if all parties are wearing them. I really appreciate your time and promise my utmost support if you advocate for a mask mandate. Thank you.
My name is Rashida Taylor, and my daughter is upcoming kindergarten at Manchaca Elementary. I'm calling about Agenda Item 6 regarding COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm asking that the board take immediate action to institute a mask mandate for all ASID students, faculty, and staff. ASID made it clear at this week's town hall, but the district is committed to following science. I know that mandating masks means defying Governor Abbott's order, and I want to assure you that I will be there to support you if there is a pushback for this decision. It is important that students wear masks to protect themselves and other vulnerable family members. Thank you for all you do. I know this is a hard job, and you have our deep appreciation.
I'm Christinapike, and I'm calling about Agenda Item 6. I'm a parent of a vaccinated 11th grader at Bowie High School. Even though my family is fully vaccinated, our community is in stage 5 with increasing cases. Our ICU is at capacity, and our youngest community members are not yet eligible for a vaccine. Masks help prevent the spread of COVID-19, and I'm asking that AISD join other Texas school districts to mandate masks in schools to help keep our staff, teachers, children, and communities safe. I know this is not an easy decision, and the consequences of defying Governor Abbott's order are not clear. However, you will have my family's support and the support of many others by following CDC guidelines and creating a safe and healthy environment for all. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lindsey Ramirez. I have 2 children in preschool at Dawson Elementary, and I'm also an employee of AISD in the Special Education Department. I'm calling about Item 6, COVID safety protocols, and I'm urging mask mandates for the school. I'm not only worried about my children's health, but also the continued spread of COVID in the community, especially with only 6 ICU beds for adults and also limited ICU beds now for children. I understand the implications of defying the governor's order, but sometimes the right thing is not always the easy thing to do. So when people look back at this time, will they say you did your part to protect our children and community, or will they simply tell the callous governor who no one else stood up to? Thank you for your time. Bye.
Hello, my name is Christine Allen, and I'm calling in regard to Item 6 on COVID protocol. I'm the parent of a rising first grader at Becker Elementary. As a voter and a parent, I appreciate your efforts to save lives in our schools and in our community. Thank you for holding this meeting and allowing us to express our concerns. We are in stage 5 with increasing cases and hospitalizations, ICU at capacity, and a highly contagious Delta variant. We know that adults and children are dying, and we know that there are long-lasting effects of COVID, the full extent of which are unknown. We also know that masks help prevent the spread of COVID-19. I'm asking that you take immediate action to mandate masks in schools. Please know that you are not alone in this fight. and we will have your back if you stand up for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Board. I am a teacher with AISD and the parent of 2 elementary school-aged children at AISD. There is nothing worse than feeling like you cannot protect your own children. I'm calling to ask that you please help us to protect our children by instating a mask mandate in our schools. The governor and the TEA commissioner have gone beyond simply failing to protect our children, and they are now actively endangering them. We need you to help us. We need you to be the leaders to help protect our kids. Please know that you will be supported in helping to raise fines or fight against fines, or even worse, fight against a TEA takeover. Again, I ask you to please help protect our children by instating a mask mandate in our schools. Thank you so much.
My name is Terry Cohen, and I'm calling about item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I have 2 elementary age kids who are ineligible for the vaccine, and I urge you to institute a mask mandate for all students, faculty, and staff. My children's school only saw 3 COVID cases last year thanks to strong mask usage, but we all know that without masks, this year will be different. It is unfathomable to expect low transmission without the strongest and simplest layer of protection, which is wearing a mask to stop particles from infecting an entire school. We need to follow the science. Pediatricians, the CDC, and the WHO, who all adamantly state that masks are the most important mitigation for the spread of COVID-19. My family completely supports you and will do all that is in our power if the governor or TEA tries to take action against AISD regarding a mask requirement. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Samantha Uribe. My concern is regarding item 6, the COVID safety protocols, and I am the parent of an AISD student. With the rise in the COVID cases and the variants that are in our community, I urge you to increase the district's safety measures to protect my child and all other children and staff members. Please consider implementing the following. Keep students in a cohort by limiting their contact with other students and staff outside of their class. Provide lunches in the classroom instead of the cafeteria. Mandate masks while inside the building. Follow the CDC guidelines and recommendations from the American Academy of Pediatrics. These were the protocols in place last year, and all but masking would be permitted under the current government restrictions. I commit to supporting you if you prioritize the safety of students and staff above all else. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Julia O'Donnell, and I'd like to leave a comment addressing item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm the parent of a rising first grader in AISD, and I'm terrified of sending her back to school next week with the COVID-19 Delta variant surging throughout our community. Austin Public Health recently called the situation dire. My daughter and all the students in her elementary school are not old enough to get vaccinated yet. The only protection they have against this very contagious disease are masks, physical distancing, and any other safety protocols that schools can take. The CDC guidelines are clear. There should be universal masking of all students, teachers, and staff. Please make the health and safety of our children the #1 priority and require masks in schools. Thank you.
My name is Brielle Epstein. My son attends Bowie High School. I am calling about agenda item 6 regarding COVID-19 safety protocols. I ask you to immediately institute a mask mandate for all AISD students, faculty, and staff. With the Delta variant spreading, we know that masks are the best way to prevent transmission. This is the best option to protect our children and the whole community. I am immunocompromised, and without a mask mandate, we cannot risk sending my son to school. We are being asked to choose between his mental health and potentially my life. Imagine the toll on my son if he were to contract COVID-19 at school and then come home and infect me. It is your duty to protect the families you serve. I understand that the governor has made this incredibly difficult, but you will have our support if you defy his order. Though the governor refuses to follow science to protect us, we hope you will. Thank you for your consideration.
My name is Lindsay, and I am calling regarding item 6, COVID safety protocols. I have always been proud to have my 2 children, ages 8 and 5, be part of the Austin ISD family, but never more so than after seeing your strong commitment to the safety of our students over the past 2 weeks. We are extremely grateful to be participating in AISD's virtual option this fall after having immense success with virtual school last year. However, my heart has been heavy with worry for the teachers and students who will be back in the classroom without mask mandates as recommended by the CDC and AAP.
AISD has set the bar high for safety standards, including commitments to HEPA filters, air purifiers, social distancing, lunches in classrooms, contact tracing, and close contact communication. However, I want to extend my strong support for AISD to partner with other Texas school districts to use any means necessary to challenge the dangerous and reckless executive order banning mask mandates. Thank you.
My name is Reese Palmgren. I'm in 8th grade at the Amateur School for Young Leaders. I'm calling about agenda item number 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I would like a mask mandate for all AISD students, faculty, and staff. Last year's safety measures were effective, and I would like them in place this fall. AISD said they are committed to following science. It's been proven that wearing a mask can help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Requiring masks will help protect our entire community. As a student, I encourage AISD to stand for the safety of our community. Good leadership means protecting others and speaking up for them. I feel relieved there's a virtual school option this fall for my brother, who is at higher risk for COVID-19 complications, so thank you. I know that if there were a mask mandate in place, it would reduce the risk of bringing COVID home to my school and affecting my little brother. Thank you, and you have my appreciation.
Hi, my name is Audrey Ferentz. I'm a parent of 2 under 12 kids at AISD at Bakewood and Zelker, and I'm just asking you to please push back on Governor Abbott's refusal to let us have a mask mandate in school. You know, my kids were digital learners last year, virtual learners, and it was great. Their teachers did such an amazing job, but I really wanted them to go in person this year because, you know, you guys know that's the best way for them to learn, but I'm really scared about Delta. We don't know, but everything that we're seeing, it looks like it's going to be even worse than last year. We don't know what the long-term outcome of COVID is on kids, and having masks just seems like the very least that we can do to keep our kids safe. And, okay, thanks for listening.
Muy buenos días, mi nombre es Luzari Montoya. Tengo 2 niños en el distrito, uno en 7º grado y otro en 4º grado. Quisiera que apoyaran los requerimientos de máscaras en la escuela, por favor. Soy también en el campo de la salud. Los pacientes con los que trabajo son niños que tienen deshabilidades muy fuertes y médicas. Y si mi niña va a la escuela y se pega el coronavirus, eso va a afectar a mis niños, va a afectar a nuestra familia económicamente y financieramente y emocionalmente. Yo sé que ustedes van a reconsiderar esto y los apoyo en todo lo que cualquier decisión que tomen. Muchísimas gracias por todo su trabajo. Le agradezco mucho. Que la pase muy bien. Adiós.
This is an interpretation into English of Luz Mari Montoya's message. I wish you a very good morning. My name is Luz Mari Montoya. I have 2 kids in the district, one in 7th grade and another in 4th grade. I would like for you to support the requirement of masks in school, please. I am also in the healthcare field, and the patients that I work with are children with very serious medical disabilities. And if my daughter goes to school and gets the coronavirus, this could affect my children. It will affect my family economically and financially and emotionally. I know. Very good day. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Caroline Kipton, and I have an incoming 1st grader at Cassis, and this is in regards to Item 6, COVID safety protocols. I'm calling to implore the district to stand up for what is right for our community and our kids and mandate masks in elementary schools. Whether other kids wear masks will affect the likelihood of my child contracting COVID. Until there is a vaccine for our elementary kids, we need to do everything we can to make schools safe, and that includes masks. As others have said, you're not my child's doctor, but all doctors have been clear masks are effective. Yes, we would like to say that we can all be personally responsible for our kids, but in this case, the choices of others affects my child. I can send my daughter in a mask, but the better protection is the people around her also wearing masks. This is not as simple as my child, my choice.
It's more like my child and my choice affects other children. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
My name is Joanna Nguyen. I am calling regarding agenda item 6 for tonight's meeting. I am the parent of an incoming 5th grader at Matthews Elementary. I'm also a nurse who's worked in healthcare for over a decade. I am calling to voice my support for AISD to implement strong COVID-19 safety protocols, including mandatory masking for all students and staff for the beginning of the upcoming school year. I really feel until vaccines are available for children under the age of 12, we must do all we can to protect students, teachers, and staff. We don't yet know the implications of the new variants and long COVID on children, so we must do all we can to help keep them safe. I am committed to supporting the board and the district for as long as necessary to ensure the safety of our community. I appreciate your time and consideration. Thank you very much.
My name is Izzy Williams and Danny. My 3 children attend AISD, and 2 of them are too young to be vaccinated. I am also the former Director of Risk Management at Austin ISD. I'm calling about agenda item 6 regarding COVID safety protocols. Please take immediate action to institute a mask mandate for all students, faculty, and staff. AISD made it clear at this week's town hall that the district is committed to following science. Please follow the guidelines of the CDC and American Academy of Pediatrics. I know that mandating masks means defying the governor's order, and I want to assure you I will be there to support you if there is a pushback from this decision. As a former Director of Risk Management from your district, I understand being a servant leader is a difficult position to be in, but please step up and do the correct, moral, and safe thing, even if it means going against the stream of some political streams. By mandating masks in the schools, please help protect our children. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm calling about item 6, COVID protocols. I'm Adam Moyer, father to 3 AISD students. My oldest are vaccinated, but my youngest is only 9, so he'll attend virtually. Thanks for offering that, by the way. I know the TEA didn't want you to. It took guts. Back during stage 2, I actually thought my youngest would get to go in person, but then Abbott mandated no mandates. I know there are those who say my kids can still choose to wear masks. Theirs just shouldn't have to. But this airborne contagion doesn't play like that. The proof? Many of the unvaccinated stopped masking, and now we're running out of hospital beds. So because I don't want his brothers bringing a breakthrough case home, I ask you to stand up for public health again. Put a mask mandate in district-wide until all kids under 12 can be fully vaccinated. Local control is a conservative principle, so Abbott should understand, and if he doesn't, parents like me will stand up for you. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Richard Kelly. I am a graduate of Austin ISD, a parent of an Austin High School freshman, a teacher at Austin High School, and I live and vote in Geronimo Rodriguez's district. I just wanted to call to say how proud I am of the board. That's not something you expect to say when you vote for candidates or even knock on doors for them, that they have inspired you. I am so proud to work and live and be a product of a district where our board is willing to fight for our students by considering this mask mandate tonight in defiance of the governor's orders and doing everything in your power to find virtual options. I should add the superintendent to that list as well. And I just wanted to call and offer my support and encourage you to keep pushing and doing what you can to keep our kids safe and keep our community safe, and know that you have our support as you go forward with this. Thank you very much.
My name is Maggie Stens. My daughter is going to be a senior this year at Austin High. I'm calling about agenda item 6 regarding COVID-19 safety protocols. Please take immediate action to institute a mask mandate for all AISD students, faculty, and staff. AISD made it clear this week at this week's town hall that the district is committed to following science, and the science is clear. The simple act of requiring masks will help protect our entire community, especially given the alarming rise in cases over the past several weeks. I know that mandating masks means defying the governor's order. I want to assure you that I will be there to support you if there is pushback for this decision. We want students to go back to school this fall, but they must be able to do so safely without endangering themselves, their families, or our community. Masking and vaccinations are the only way to do this. Thank you for all that you do. I know this is a hard job, and you have my deep appreciation.
Hello, my name is Christy Moyer. I'm calling about item 6, COVID safety protocols. I'm the mother of a McCallum Fine Arts Academy junior, a Lively Magnet 7th grader, and a Baranoff virtual 3rd grader. I'm writing to ask you to please stand up to Governor Abbott and his anti-science order and require masks for Austin students. My 9-year-old, Emmett, has sacrificed 15% of his childhood to stay safe at home. I'm terrified that after all that he has given up, his brothers may bring COVID home to him. Even if they're only mildly ill, thanks to vaccines, with his comorbidities, COVID could be severe for Emmett. We need your help to get to the finish line, his turn for a vaccine, so that he has that extra and most important layer of protection. I know going against the governor puts you at risk. Please, let's have each other's backs. If you go out on this limb, you will have my support and the support of many families in dealing with the consequences. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dara Chambers, and I'm calling about item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm the parent of 2 elementary students, and I ask that you take immediate action to institute a mask mandate for all AISD students, staff, and faculty. All medical experts agree that aside from vaccination, masking is the most effective way to protect our entire community. My son has asthma and a history of pneumonia. Both of my children receive special ed services, and while I appreciate the hard work that went into virtual learning, their needs were not met last year fully. However, we cannot put their lives at risk by sending them to school if masking is not mandatory. I beg you to take whatever action is necessary to make sure that our kids can return to school as safely as possible. Several more months of isolation and virtual learning would be devastating for them. We will do everything we can to support you if the state takes action against AISD for requiring masks in our district. Thank you for all that you do. I know that this is a hard job, and you have my deepest appreciation and support.
My name is Jen Margulies. I'm speaking on item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm the parent of an incoming 6th grader at Keeling. First, thank you for all you're doing to ensure a safe start of the school year in the midst of the spike of a COVID variant that's worse than anything we've seen. The state of Texas is expecting students and adults to head back into school buildings with even fewer protections in place than we had last year, when the Delta variant is more contagious and affecting more young people than the strain of COVID we dealt with last school year. As a parent of a kid with some pre-existing health issues, I'm very grateful to AISD for putting a virtual option into place this semester. But I'm also deeply concerned about all the people who are going to be in our school buildings. Despite your best efforts, without a mask mandate in place, everyone in our school buildings remains at high risk. The CDC recommends indoor masking for everyone ages 2 and up, including students, teachers, staff, and visitors, regardless of vaccination status. A mask mandate will protect kids, teachers, staff, families, and our public schools. This community will support you in following the science and putting in place this common sense safety measure. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Janet Jansen, and I would like to address Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I've been an AISD parent for almost 20 years. My younger son graduated from McCallum High School in May, so I'm contacting you today as a concerned voting constituent. I'm asking that you do everything in your power to make this school year as safe as possible for our students, especially those that are too young to be vaccinated. AISD staff and AISD families. I applaud the actions that you have already committed to, including contact tracing and informing parents of positive cases. But we must go further while we were in stage 5, and we need a mask mandate. The vast majority of Austin residents believe in science and know that we must prevent the further spread of COVID-19 in our community. We will support you in the measures you deem necessary to protect our children, AISD staff, and our community. Thank you very much for your service. I know that the actions of the state government have made your job more difficult, but I ask that you have the bravery that you need to have to
Hi, this is Rob Jenko regarding item 6 on the COVID response safety protocols. I'm a father to a young boy about to enter his second year at Summit, and we are now facing the reality of keeping him home for another year of virtual learning. It's not our first preference, nor should it be what we have to do in order to advocate for his safety and the safety of our extended family. Like so many others, we spent 2020 turning things upside down to support him through virtual learning. We're blown away by the execution of the Summit staff. But given that resounding success, we know that an on-site education would mean so much more. Immersive experience in the classroom instead of Zoom grids, camaraderie of spending days with classmates rather than in isolation, the empowerment he'll feel knowing the institution will back him as he takes responsibility for his safety. This is why it's essential to provide the foundation of a mask mandate on campus. In addition, we require lunch to be taken in the classrooms or outside to reduce transmission risk. We look to you for your leadership and influence to make safety our first priority and protect the privilege of in-person education. We stand ready and committed to support you in mandating these policies so that we give our children the best that our schools have to offer. Thank you.
My name is Stephanie Miller, and I'm a parent of a rising junior at Anderson High School and a rising 8th grader at Murchison. I'm writing to request that you act now to require masks for all AISD students, staff, and faculty. Both my children will be attending school, in-person school in the fall, but I'm extremely hesitant given the current increases in COVID cases. My rising junior has asthma, and I'm concerned about his health in a school where masks are optional. While 65% of Anderson High School parents will require their children to wear masks, peer pressure will take over. Many of those teens will remove their masks. I've seen it at band camp this summer, where at the beginning of the camp, most kids were wearing masks inside the hall area, outside the band hall, but 2 weeks later, there may be only a handful. The band director can remind them, they can't enforce them. The science is clear. The simple fact of requiring masks in AISD schools will help prevent not just my students, but our entire community, especially given the alarming rise in cases over these past few days. I'm aware that taking this action means defying Governor Abbott's order banning such mandates. I promise you that I will be there to support you if there's pushback for this decision. Thank you for your work in our community. I'm sure it is a challenging responsibility, even in normal times, and especially right now. Thank you so much.
My name is Katherine Dombrowski, calling about Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I have 2 children at Davis Elementary. Please mandate mask wearing in Austin ISD. Parents are hearing 2 pieces of advice. 1, in-person school children, and 2, all persons in school should be masked. The governor's order banning mask mandates is inflicting psychological trauma upon me and the other 80% of AISD parents who want our children masked in school. Our children know they are being sent into an unsafe classroom. As a parent, my hands are tied. I cannot make others wear masks, but the hands of the school board are not tied. You can be our voice. You can stand up for student safety and for true personal liberty, the liberty to enjoy a safe learning environment and a supportive community where we all watch out for each other by wearing masks. The state is not acting with integrity, and it is not acting in the best interest of our children. We must fight back to reclaim a safe and reasonable world for our children.
My name is Lori, and I am a parent calling about Agenda Item 6, COVID protocols. Thank you for providing a virtual learning option for my second grader and our youngest learners who can't get vaccinated yet. However, it is not enough. Your responsibility is to provide a safe learning environment for all students. You can do this by providing a virtual learning option for all grades and requiring masks in schools. Please take immediate action to implement a mask requirement. I know this defies the governor's order, and you have my full support. Please also consider mass COVID testing for staff, students, and their families before school starts and on a regular basis. AISD leaders, I care about our community. Please make learning safer for all this fall with district-wide virtual learning, masks, and testing. Thank you.
My name is Karen Blaze. I am the mother of 2 Austin ISD students and a voter. My call is regarding Item 6, the COVID safety protocols. I'm pleading with you to take quick action to enforce a mask mandate for all students and adults in Austin ISD. My youngest child can't be vaccinated yet, and I'm concerned for her and others' safety. The city of Austin is in an emergency situation due to rising COVID-19 cases and the Delta variant. Our hospitals are overtaxed. Our ICUs are full. AISD families need action from you to keep our community safe. We do understand the implications of defying the governor's executive order But we want you to know the AISD parent community will support our boards fully in their decisions to keep our kids safe. Masks save lives. Help us save the lives of our precious children. Please vote to enforce a mask mandate for all in Austin ISD. Thank you.
My name is Jean Potter, and I'm calling regarding item 6, COVID safety protocols. I'm a parent with a first grader in AISD, and I'm pleading with you to take immediate action to institute a mask mandate. She can't be vaccinated yet, and I'm worried about her health and well-being during this Delta variant surge. At the time of this writing, there are only 6 available ICU beds available for an area of 2.1 million people. Emergency situations require decisive and strong actions. I understand the implications of defying the governor's executive order, and I want you to all know that you will receive full support for any decisions you make to protect our kids. The consequences are clear. Without a mask mandate, our already dire situation will just get worse. If it saves even one life, it will have been worth it. Please do the right thing today.
Caroline Sweet, beginning my 17th year of teaching with AISD, calling regarding item 6.1. For many years, you've asked me to be brave. You've asked me to be brave as I practice getting 24 fourth graders into a bathroom. You've asked me to locate in our hiding spot anything with which I might fight off an active shooter. You've asked me to be brave as I think about what would happen if there was some sort of extreme danger and my class was on the playground. I've discussed with kids how we would run into the woods, hide by the creek, all of us together avoiding danger. You've asked me to be brave and come back to work during a pandemic after surgery and 6 months of chemotherapy for stage 3 cancer, and I've done it, and I will do it, and I will show up, and I will get in that closet, and I will look for the path to the woods. Board members, you don't have to do these things, but just as I will be brave and think about how my body might shield children from danger, I ask that you be brave today. You know what you need to do to protect children. Do it. Implement a district-wide mask mandate and vaccine requirements for students and staff.
Hello, my name is Rhonda Ware, and my daughter will be attending 3rd grade in person at Kiker Elementary starting August 17th. I am calling regarding agenda item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I am reaching out to request that Austin ISD mandate masks for students. I am making this request because children my daughter's age and under 12 cannot be vaccinated. Breakthrough cases are increasing. Our ICU beds are low in Austin and throughout Texas, and we are at stage 5 in Austin. We're at a crisis stage. Having a mask mandate is the only way to keep our children safe in schools. Thank you for standing up for the health and well-being of our children. We are committed to standing with you as you make this life-saving decision for our children, teachers, and staff. Thank you.
My name is Devin Peck. I'm calling regarding agenda item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm a parent of 2 Austin ISD students, and I'm also a physician. Our community is in crisis. The current surge in COVID cases has increasingly affected our community's children. In the week ending July 29th, the number of reported cases of COVID-19 in children almost doubled to nearly 72,000 cases. Some of these children require hospitalization and even critical care. The CDC, the American Academy of Pediatrics, Texas Medical Association, Texas Pediatric Society, and multiple other physician groups agree that the best way to keep children safe in schools is with a multi-layered approach that includes masks. Masks work best when all parties are masked. While some may say they have a right to decide whether or not to give their child a mask, the reality is that we all have a right to safe schools for our children. I urge the board to support a mask mandate in our schools in defiance of Governor Abbott's reckless and inexplicable executive order.
Hi, my name is Heather Rell, and I'm calling about agenda item 6, COVID safety protocols. Thank you for meeting today. I wanted to call in support of strict COVID safety protocols. I'm a parent of a kid at Summit Elementary and one at Lively Middle School. Please enact a mask mandate to keep our kids safe. My incoming 4th grader, who is not low risk, I will be keeping home. Thank you for providing a virtual option. I've been agonizing over where to send him all summer. The virtual option was wonderful last year, and I'm looking forward to his schooling this year. For my incoming 6th grader, a mask mandate and strict COVID protocols will allow her to attend her magnet in person. We don't want to risk her getting sick with COVID or bring it home to the rest of the family. She wants to go. She worked hard to get into her magnet. Please put these measures in place so we can send her to school. We're seeing pediatric hospitals fill up. Keep our kids safe and enact mask mandates and strict COVID protocols. You have my continued support. Thank you again.
Good evening, ASD board members. I'm Tom Nyland, proud parent of a first grader at Brentwood. Today I'm speaking up for my unvaccinated and innocent son. I'm also here to tell you that the stress we AISD parents are feeling across the district is palpable. This Delta variant is running rampant in our community. And while 80% of AISD families stated they would send their kids with masks, it's not good enough. The science is clear. CDC, the American Academy of Pediatrics, say everyone in our community should be wearing a mask indoors. And the politics of state leadership is also clear. They're not trying to offend any science deniers to gain their votes. You, board, you are our last hope. I'm asking each and every one of you to be courageous, to be bold, to protect our children. Please vote for a mask mandate. We as parents are going to fully support you and have your back if you vote to protect our children. Thank you so much.
My name is Bill Fagelson, and my son will be a junior at Austin High this fall. I'm calling about Agenda Item 6 regarding COVID-19 safety protocols, asking you to please take immediate action and institute a mask mandate for all AISD students, staff, and faculty. The science here is clear. The simple act of wearing masks will help protect not just my student, but our entire community, especially given the alarming rise in cases over the past several weeks. Although my most immediate concern is for my son, who has had past problems with his immune system and whose mental health continues to be affected by isolation from friends and peers, and concern for their safety. As an educator myself, I worry about the physical and mental health of all students, staff, and faculty in our schools. I am aware that taking this action means defying Governor Abbott's order banning such mandates, and I commit to being there to support you if there's pushback for this decision, which I expect there might be some. Thank you for your continued work in a difficult job that is, I'm sure, especially challenging right now.
Hi, my name is Elise Linder. I'm calling about Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I'm the mom of a rising first grader at Brentwood Elementary. I'm asking you to please approve a mask mandate for our school. As you know, Austin is in stage 5. The Delta variant is raging, and our hospital and healthcare workers are on the brink. You should also know the CDC guidance is that kids should wear masks to school, especially those who are too young to get vaccinated. If you don't implement this basic safety guidance, you can't claim to care if our kids stay healthy or fall ill, live or die. You can't claim to care about our community knowing that when kids start falling ill, our businesses, healthcare system, and society eventually will grind to a halt. I have friends who are opting for virtual and pulling their kids out of ASD for concerns for their kids' safety. I don't want to do that because I want to support public schools, but the support must go both ways. You need to support our kids and our communities. Our kids are vulnerable, and their safety depends largely on the actions that you take today. Honestly, I'm begging you to do the right thing and mask up. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Alicia Torres, and I am calling as an AISD parent regarding Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. I am a proud and dedicated public school parent of 2 elementary students, and I want to thank all of our trustees and staff at AISD for working hard to protect our AISD families and our community against so many obstacles. As a high-risk household, we are terrified to send our kids back to school in the midst of the Delta variant wave, and Austin is in stage 5. Our children aren't able to be vaccinated, but they desperately need to return to school after over a year of isolation. I've seen my loved ones suffer lifelong effects from other diseases like polio and measles, and I know that vaccines and masks are our key to prevent this generation of kids from having to endure similar lifelong effects. While we await the vaccines, we have to ensure that everyone who is medically able to wear a mask on campus does so. We need AISD to come through for us and to trust that we will have their back if they do. Thank you for your work, this meeting, and the chance to speak.
Hi, my name is Allison, and I am speaking with regards to Item 6 on the agenda, the COVID-19 safety protocols. I am a parent of 2 AISD elementary school students. I am also a cancer survivor and a double lung transplant recipient. I urge you to propose a mask mandate for AISD schools. I plead you to do this for our children who cannot be vaccinated, yet, and those with high-risk family members like myself who were vaccinated but did not make antibodies against the virus. I know that the district has been put in a very difficult position, and the legal and financial risk of going against the governor's orders is high, but please note that the stakes are higher for people like myself and others in the community because for us, the stakes are life and death. It is frightening to me that we are crossing our fingers and hoping that 20% of the unmasked school population will be enough. We are crossing our fingers that personal responsibility is enough to protect us. But by the looks of the current spread of the Delta variant and the state of our local hospitals right now, I can tell you sadly that it will not be enough. Merely hoping that people will wear masks will not be enough. Thank you so much for listening to my concerns.
My name is Barbara Passmore, Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 Safety Protocols. Hello, I'm a parent of a pre-K and a first grade student at Becker Elementary in South Central Austin. Please take immediate action for safe school reopening, including a mask mandate, contact tracing, and enhanced safety protocols, including for lunch. Please consider delaying the first day of school. I understand it's politically and financially scary for you to take this step, but I will support you if you stand up for Austin's children. As I'm sure you do, I worry for my kids. I also have a baby at home and a husband with an autoimmune disorder. It was scary last year. This year is worse. But further spread of COVID when schools reopen on the 17th is just not necessary. The governor is wrong here, and we can't wait for him to rectify his mistake. Too many children will get sick, bring COVID-19 home, and too many will die. So please let us follow the science. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Lyon. I am a parent of two daughters at Russell Lee Elementary School. They both receive special education services there. As a voter and a parent of current AISD students, I appreciate you stepping up to protect our students, taking the courageous step to keep our students safe at school, and your important efforts to save lives in our school and our community. We appreciate all of you and the opportunity to have this meeting today and have our voices heard. We are in stage 5 with increasing cases, ICU at capacity, and a Delta variant. We know that the adults and children are dying, and we know that there are many, many long-lasting effects of COVID, the full extent of which are unknown. We also know that masks help prevent the spread of COVID-19, and we are asking that AISD mandate masks in school and continue to provide a virtual option to help keep our staff, teachers, children, and community safe. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ryan Douglas. I am the father of two children in AISD, one in Murchison Middle School and one at Hill Elementary. And I'm calling to comment on item 6 about COVID protocols. I would like to encourage the board to consider enforcing mask wearing in schools and or delay the start of school to try to ensure more safety. I'm really concerned about the likelihood of spread in the schools right now with having lunches even spread apart with plexiglass, still having a bunch of kids in the same room for 30 minutes seems like a kind of a risky situation at the moment. And then having a mix of masked and unmasked kids is kind of scary to me as well right now. So please consider doing everything you can to enforce having everyone in the school wear masks and figuring out how to manage this Delta outbreak and maybe waiting on certain things, either the opening of school or certain activities until the spike is passed so that things are a little bit safer. Thank you. Bye.
I am Roxanne Evans, longtime AISD volunteer and taxpayer, calling on item number 6. Hello, board members and Dr. Elizalde. I am here today to thank you for calling this important meeting and to strongly urge you to take the next step to mandate masks for AISD staff and students. Anyone following the science of this deadly pandemic knows that masks are one of the best tools we have to fight COVID, especially for children too young to get vaccinated. Student safety is one of the district's top priorities. Thus, a mask mandate is consistent with AISD policies to protect the health and safety of students. I realize that going against the governor is a bold step and can create anxiety. It's unfortunate that you're in this position. School boards are elected to make decisions in the best interest of students, not get caught in political crossfire. but please be assured that myself and others will support you if you do the right thing and mandate masks. Thanks for your courage and your willingness to put the safety and well-being of our students ahead of politics.
My name is Hannah Rabin. I'm the mother of 2 Austin ISD students. I'm calling about Agenda Item 6, COVID-19 safety protocols. Since March of 2020, we have worked with AISD to support our kids through virtual school and back to in-person learning last year, but we cannot support a return to school without a mask mandate. There is absolutely no evidence that masks are harmful, but there is overwhelming evidence that when everyone is masked, we all protect each other. Masks are especially vital for elementary schools where the entire student population is unable to get vaccinated. It is our responsibility to protect our children. Returning to school without a mask mandate disregards the current understanding of COVID-19, ignores the surge in our own community, and is counter to the recommendations from AAP and the CDC. Returning to school without a mask mandate risks the lives of our children. It teaches them that science is irrelevant, that education is unnecessary, that expertise is meaningless, and that critical thinking is not actually critical. It teaches our children that their health, their safety, and their lives do not matter. We need you now to advocate for our children. We implore you, take bold action for school and student safety. Follow the recommendations from AAP and the CDC. Show our children that their lives and health matter. Thank you.
My name is Jenny Berger, and my son is a rising junior at Austin High. I'm calling about Agenda Item 6 regarding COVID-19 safety protocols. Please take immediate action to institute a mask mandate for all AISD students, faculty, and staff. AISD made it clear at this week's town hall that the district is committed to following science, and the science is clear. The simple act of requiring masks will help protect our entire community, especially given the alarming rise in cases over the past several weeks. I know that mandating masks means defying the governor's orders. I want to assure you that I will be there to support you if there is pushback for this decision. A few years ago, our son had a virus-induced rare blood disorder that left him without platelets, severely limiting his activities and upending his life. For his mental health, he Thank you so much for all that you do. I know that this is a hard job, and you have our deep appreciation.
Daniel Regal, with my baby girl, 9-month-old Marion, Agenda Item Number 6, COVID-19 Safety Protocols. Good evening, trustees. I'm a parent, community member, and district volunteer. I'm calling to urge you to protect our children by imposing a mask mandate. Undisputed scientific evidence shows that the new COVID variant Delta is far more contagious than earlier forms of COVID. We already know it's more contagious than even chickenpox. In recent days, Delta has caused an enormous increase in local hospitalizations. On Friday alone, there were 109 new admissions for COVID. 7-day average is now 78. Most disturbing, Delta is causing significant harm to our children, our most vulnerable populations, many of whom are not yet eligible for a vaccine. The number of hospitalizations to our children is rising dramatically. Furthermore, children who contract Delta, even if they are not hospitalized, are at risk of experiencing long COVID with lingering physical, mental, and neurological symptoms. The district has a moral, legal, and fiduciary duty to protect our children. I urge the district to implement all public health policies necessary to curb COVID-19, including a mask mandate. Thank you.
Hello, this is Anna Thiele. I'm calling regarding Item 6, COVID safety. Teachers and staff are responsible for our students. We have trained for how to best serve the needs, and we would never want to see our students' health compromised or their families. In 2020, kids were at home online learning because of the pandemic and rise of cases. What is different in 2021? We still have a pandemic and a rise of cases. We lost a teacher to COVID. Custodians tested positive. And only 2 weeks before school, my campus has already had 6 letters informing that there was a positive case on campus. And this is before we all stepped foot on campus. To not be masked on campus is so irresponsible for our students, their families, and that we as teachers cannot stand for the lack of care from our governor. So we rely on you to protect our students. Also, we do not want to lose another staff member to COVID because of the unvaccinated or unmasked. You are the school board. Are you taking care of us? Look at Garland ISD, just 1 week into school without a mask mandate and 600 plus students and 30 teachers now with COVID. Please do what's right. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ilya Yachman. My daughter will be starting 6th grade in an undergraduate school. I'm calling about item 6 regarding COVID-19 safety protocols. Please take immediate action to institute a mask mandate for all AISD students, faculty, and staff. AISD made it clear at last week's town hall that the district is committed to following science. And the science is clear. The simple act of requiring masks will help to protect our entire community, especially given the alarming rise of cases in the past several weeks. I know that mandating masks means defying the governor's order. I want to assure that I will be there to support if there's pushback for this decision. The health of our children, our community, and our already strained healthcare system is at stake. These model courageous leadership and science based on decision making. Thank you for all what you do. I know this is a hard job, and you have our deep appreciation. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Laura Grinnell. I'm a parent of 2 children, as well as a retired educator and administrator within AISD. I am regarding to item 6. We've heard many times the successes of last year. However, many of these reasons for this safe success was due to the layered prevention strategy put in place. Now, with several of these layers gone, they're scientifically proven to keep all of our community safe. No masks, if no masks are there, if no temperature checks are there, if the use of the check-in app is not there as well, we can currently not brag about these successes any longer because they will not be replicated this year. Houston ISD is the largest school district in our state. They've taken a huge step to stand up for our entire community and theirs as well. It is time for you to follow their courageous lead. This is not a time to be selfish and think about our children or our choice. It is a time to think bigger, to think about our entire community. Its basic infrastructure is in need, and mandated masks in schools are part of that. Masks work. You have proof from last year. Masks save lives. And I don't think anyone on this board or anyone in this district, whether it be a parent or someone else, wants even one child's life to be.
Hello, my name is Dan Matko. My daughter is a senior at Austin High. First of all, thanks for having this meeting. I appreciate your service. My comment is brief. I highly recommend that you consider implementing a mask mandate before school starts, so everyone could now have an emergency meeting to vote on this. Additionally, I ask that you implement a vaccine mandate for all Austin Independent School District staff. It's the only way that we're going to be able to keep a safe environment for our children and for our staff. And if you do this, I will support you against any battles with the governor, because frankly, the governor is crazy and he has a death wish. This is just horrible. Thank you again. Please, 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 please have a mask mandate and a vaccine mandate for everyone at Austin ISD. There's staff and a mask mandate for our kids.
Trustees, this concludes our public comments. Are there any questions or clarifications for the administration regarding any of the public comments? Trustee Anderson.
Dr. Elizalde, I noticed a lot of callers mention mental health. Is it I was looking on the website, is it a possibility of putting that mental health tab back on the front page of the website, even though you go into 3 little clicks, because I've messed around with it since sitting up here, but just know I've heard each and every one of you. I've read the emails. Mental health, I mean, I'm sitting up here full of anxiety myself, but I do read your emails, I do, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Anderson. Trustees, any other questions or clarifications for the administration? If not, we will now recess the open meeting at 6:09 p.m. and move to executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code sections 551.074, 551.072, 551.073, 551.087, 551.076, and 551.071. For purposes of this video meeting, the board will now leave this open meeting, which will remain live online and convene privately in a separate meeting. When we're finished with our executive session, we will reconvene here. And again, we thank you for your patience.